Hello, Cooper Glover, 1972 here. Of course, you know me as Brian. So, I'm part of a group on Facebook that I joined recently called Movie Fans United. That was created by a YouTuber and Facebook friend of mine named Rick Gleaves. I've done a video for him on that channel of what film would you show to somebody if they came over to your house. So I did that one, and I might have done another one. I can't remember. But anyways, he started this kind of, would it be similar to like a book of the month kind of an idea, where people in the group pick a film and then everybody watches it and then does a video on their reaction, what they think of it. They do a review. So in July, the movie that was picked was this, as the title you'll see, is Independence Day. The person that chose this film is a person named Julie. Her channel, I can't remember the exact name of her channel. I'll put it up here. And I'll leave a link to her video on this review as well as Rick's review of this film. I haven't watched either of their reviews because I didn't want them to affect the way I thought about the film. But I have seen this movie before, and I gotta tell you, I'm not wild about it. I did like it a little more than I thought I would, but not by much. It does have like a big supply of stars in it. Will Smith. Who else? Jeff Goldblum, Robert Loggia, Bill Pullman, Vivica Fox, I think. Who else is in it? I'm trying to remember. Harvey Fierstein, Judd Hirsch. Who am I forgetting? The guy in Basic Instinct, who tells Michael Douglas, a respected. Michael Douglas says when they're looking at the murder scene at the start of the film, he says to his partner, Johnny Boz, don't you know rock and roll? And the guy next to him says, a respected rock and roller. That guy plays the Secretary of Defense in the film. Who else is in the movie that is kind of a big name? There's some big names in this film. So I've been putting this off. I've been putting off watching it for a while because when I first saw it, I thought it was. I'm sort of the same way too right now. This is a Sunday. It's 11:09 p.m. at night, July 25th, when I'm reviewing this movie. I don't know. It's just I don't know. Okay, so I think the fact that they hired big name actors. Randy Quaid. There's another one. Randy Quaid, but. These are big name actors, and I like some of these actors, a fair number of these actors' films, independent of these movies. But maybe they cast all these actors so they could hike the budget up and, afford all the production design and the special effects and the whole shebang. And it's directed by Roland Emmerich, who directed another movie called 2012. Both of these films, Independence Day and 2012, are ridiculous in my opinion. I do own a copy of 2012. That film's ridiculous. The natural disasters would all happen at the same time. I can sort of go with that one a little bit. Not that it's not that it's one of my favorite films. It's kind of fun, but I don't know. This film, I was thinking, it's like the James Bond movies. It's not a James Bond movie at all. It doesn't match up to that. But um, some of the James Bond films, the credibility of certain things happening is kind of hard to buy. Of course, these are aliens, and this is science fiction, so it's not kind of the same scenario. But there's some things in the James Bond films that really don't have any bearing on what would happen in real life. But you can digest those scenarios better, I think. In this particular case, it's just absolutely ridiculous that the Jeff Goldblum character, and there's spoilers here, so I'll put a thing, spoilers. Jeff Goldblum character can just figure out that the satellite that's attached to the spaceship is gets like a GPS signal to all the other spaceships that are going settling in the sky all around the Earth, and what else is, I don't know. I mean, if this film was released after 2001, I don't know if it will get the financial backing, because you see cities like Washington D.C. and like New York City, where 9/11 happened, completely destroyed. So there probably wouldn't be a chance to get this film made today, I don't think, or at least after 9/11. Like Fight Club, one of my favorite films of all time, Fight Club. At the very end of Fight Club, spoiler here too, these Tyler Durden and Brad Pitt's characters has exploded at all these. I think they're credit card company buildings, so the credit limit will go down to zero if he just destroys all these buildings. And of course, that was released in 1999, I believe, and then 2 years later, you got 9/11. But anyways, going back to Independence Day, I thought the lines are kind of interesting, the dialogue, but it seemed too much, I think, on the nose, and I thought it was too cute. Some of the dialogue, too spot on, and not subtle enough. And the humor was painted on a little too harsh, not harshly, too painted a little too thick on, like just. I will say that the music was done by David Arnold. The music I liked. David Arnold has done some of the music for some of the James Bond films, so that's a saving grace in the movie. But it doesn't save. Well, is it the saving? I don't mean the saving grace. It's a saving for that particular aspect of the movie. That's a saving grace. But the other part, not really. But like the aliens, I found kind of. I thought that the design of the aliens was pretty awful looking. They didn't have any thought put into it. They look like, what did they look like? Lobsters or something? I don't know. They looked awful, in my opinion. They looked like, what did they look like? Dinosaurs? They looked awful. I think aliens have looked better in movies like E.T. E.T., but I was going to say Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Close Encounters of the Third Kind I think is a better movie that tackles this topic. And there's probably some other movies too that get this topic better, I think. I do have a copy of the Criterion of War of the Worlds. So, and I have seen War of the Worlds, the Criterion, not the Criterion. I mean I have yet to watch my Criterion of it, but I've seen the movie before, I believe, in the late 70s, early 80s. I think it was early 80s on television. And I recall enjoying it at the time. But the thing about these alien invasion movies is it's become tiresome. It's the same kind of thing, and people going, "Oh, my God," and staring into the sky, and it's become so cliche and overdone, and it just becomes tiresome. So that's why I sort of put it off for a while, because I just couldn't get into the film, because I thought it'd be like going to the dentist and having your teeth pulled without Novocaine. That's how I felt if I wanted to watch this film. I'm sorry if I'm insulting anybody that saw this film, or people that did a review and think differently of it. But I have to say my own honest thoughts about the film, because I see it a little bit differently. And I don't know if I should go on and on and on about this. I want to try to make an interesting video. Oh, I will say, I don't own this film. I work at the library, so I took the film out of the library, and it has special features with it. And I watched the film today, and it became so tiresome to watch, and I was just wanting it to end, because like the special effects, too much eye candy. Some of these films with special effects are so tiresome, because it's literally trillions or millions or billions of alien spaceships shooting lasers at Area 51, or explosions after explosion after explosion. That's why I'm sort of tired of these Marvel films and a little bit of the DC things, because it's just explosions and six-pack abs and women with big breasts, and I'm just tired of all that. I like to see movies that have something to say, in my opinion. Like independent films, foreign films, and classic Hollywood films, because either they take their time, or they show you a different aspect of how life could be viewed, and they show the common humanity we share with each other. And I guess this film was like a big success all over the world, but not with me. Yeah, it was just tiresome, really tiresome. And I'm glad I don't have to. I'm not going to watch it again. And I took the sequel out as well. But I was going to listen to the commentary, and sometimes you'll watch a movie like Cold Mountain, which I can't stand. But the special features are very good. But the film was so bad to me, and there wasn't much that I really, even though some of the scripts has kind of some well thought out ideas, like how Jeff Goldblum can think of how to lower the shields on the alien saucers, and how the Will Smith character can get married to this woman that he knows, and the Judd Hirsch character can teach his son something. So yeah, there's all sorts of things in it that sort of have are sort of well thought out, or good quotes or whatever. But it really doesn't work, because the film is just so tiresome. It's just people running and explosions, and I'm so tired of all that. So I think I'm going to end the video now. I've been going on too long, and I'm going to insert pictures in this video, because I don't want you to see me yammering on for about 15 minutes now, almost 15 minutes. And I'll end the video by saying, I think the only two other people that have watched this film for this group for this month have been the person that runs the group, which is Rick, and Julie. And I think Julie was the one that picked this film out. I'm sorry, Julie, if I don't like this film, but I just can't give it a ringing endorsement. Out of 5 stars, I give the film 2.5 stars. 2.5 stars. I marginally don't like it. So if I gave it 3 stars, um, that would mean it's good, but not great or excellent. It's decent. This is not quite decent. It's in between fair and decent. So it's about 2.5 stars out of 5. So that's what I'd give it. And we have picked the next film for the next month. They asked me to pick the film for the next month. So I didn't want to pick a film that nobody could find, like Bitter Tears of Petra Khan or something that nobody could find easily or might not be interested in. I tried to find something that maybe a lot of people would own and they wouldn't have to buy, and would have, might be more likely to have in their collection. So I listed a bunch of films, and we decided on the Terminator, the first Terminator movie. And I think, Rick, I think you're saying that if anyone wants to do a review on this month's choice, which is Independence Day, or next month's choice, Terminator 1, they're free to do so. And the last thing I'll say is the Grumpy Old Gentleman on Film. They did a review on Unforgiven, a film I really enjoy. So I might do a review on that at some points. I don't know how soon, but I might do a review on that. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna go. And thanks for watching. Bye now.